Hiya! So this weekend I've actually been enjoying the desk and doing some hobbying, and I've built the the Hunting Percival Jet Provost T4. Yeah. Why is it doing that? Well, I've already posted a short, but let's have a look what it said. It said add 2.5 grams into the nose in front of the cockpit before you seal the two together. So I actually found a little bolt that weighed 7 grams, and I thought, well, it fits and it's metal and it'll go in there, and I super glued it in, closed everything up, and I've got that. So that's really annoying. But what's the real purpose of my building the Jet Provost? Well, as you can probably see, I brushed it. I didn't airbrush it. Now, this is because I've been having issues with the airbrush. I've been having issues with my very old and crusty aqua colour paints getting stuck in the feed line in here while I've been practicing and learning. In fact, I want to just dust. As a consequence, I've had to take the airbrush apart about 6 times, clean everything, sort it all out, and work it all through. That was me just turning the switch back on for the compressor. I made myself cough. Dear me. Dusty! And I have just dusted as well. I've literally just used the magic duster. So this is the first time I've actually cleared the desk. There's another project over there. I've cleared the desk of all the junk that was on it, sorted it all out, and actually used it and been building on it for a bit of fun. I don't think the gloss finish is bad at all. I don't think the decal finish is bad at all here. I'm just a bit disappointed that it doesn't sit right because, as with everything, I build my models for display. So the fact that she doesn't sit on a nose wheel is really annoying. What I might do is work out where I'm going to put her, probably up on that shelf, and put a bolt on the opposite side, forward of the wing root, maybe just literally glue it there. But other than that, yeah, I mean, it's the first time I've painted in a while. Some of my paints have gone a bit stale, notably my black. My black is terrible. I used my circle template to cut this template into some sticky paper, but it didn't turn out brilliantly. As you see, I got bleed through. I've got to work on that. I bought the circle template just for that purpose, and it didn't work out first time, but it isn't a big deal. What I did improve was the masking off of the cockpit. As you can see, this is a 3-part cockpit. There's a glass underneath, the main slide canopy on top, and a front canopy. All was done. The detail in the canopy inside was quite nice. I added I painted the handles, I painted the straps, I painted the buckles. There is actually a decal on the internal for the controls. So that was quite nice. For a starter kit, because this was just a starter kit I bought for like a couple of quid online. The Skill One, I actually quite like it. It's quite a nice little kit. It comes together. It comes together really quite nicely. I only had to fill here. There was a definite gap. I don't think it was caused by my bolt on the inside, but there was a gap. I can still see the seam line, and you can see the sanding marks where I did sand it down flat, but it was fine. Oh yeah, I had to fill underneath this one, underneath that one. So a little bit of filling. The undercarriage is a little bit dinky, but then again, the real thing was a little bit dinky. It was a trainer after all, but it'd be nice if she just sat nicely. Other things that are on the chart, well, I've had some Quartermaster basing glue for review. This was free for review from the Amazon Vine Custom Review Program. It's just PVA, so I'm not sure quite what they were after review-wise. I've also got this Air Primer Perfect Coverage Matte White from the Army Painter. This is free for review from the Amazon Vine Custom Review Program as well. It's probably a little bit more runny than I expected, but I am going to use this in a build soon with the airbrush. I'm going to matte base because I black base some of the parts on this to give them definition, and it just hasn't worked. You just can't tell, which is fine. It's a shiny red little jet. No big deal. While we're on no big deal, I was building a diorama from the Dogfight Doubles. not happening anymore. just not happening. I bought that from a charity auction. It's the 1:48 scale. There's parts missing from the Spitfire. The instructions are missing from everything. And yeah, it's just a bit of a nightmare. And as a consequence, I might build the 109 because that looks like it's complete in the bag, but at a separate date, a different date. Certainly not going to be able to do any desert camouflage fluffing around as I was planning with the airbrush. Apart from that, my Microsoft Microset came into their own today doing these decals. I had to remind myself which one it is. Of course, you use M1 to get them to sit right, and you use M2 over the top to make them conform right. For that painted on look, they're okay. They're not that painted on look in my opinion. In fact, good job I checked these because the lids are still off. There you go. I'm getting good at screwing things back on one-handed while I'm busy holding a camera or an airbrush or a paintbrush. Nothing else really to worry about. I mean, I've got some mineral oil back there that I was doing stuff with. I've bought more Aquacolor colour mix to just mix up and revive some of my paints, but I quite like this stuff when it goes through the airbrush as well. Certainly I prefer it to Vallejo airbrush thinner, which I've only used a tiny amount of, but this stuff seems to work better with the Aquacolors anyway. Nothing really other major to report in here. I think the work surface itself is doing well. The server, you'll remember, this is the 32 core server from way back in the day. It's back in from the cold right now. It will be revived soon. But the worktop itself is standing up well. You know, I'm still on an IKEA desk for work, but this side, I've got this lovely desk now. And I still have the piece to put on as a second shelf over there, floating shelf, when I have a few more pennies, because I need to save up for little projects like this. Anyway, I thought I'd just update everybody that's you know, kind of hanging around, probably just Chaplain. Hello, mate. Other than that, it's a case of I've been very busy at work and I'm busy programming stuff. And I just noticed that my light was on, which is probably good. Bye-bye.